we can go back to God. Okay, so therefore we should learn to surrender at His lotus feet if we can. Next 50. Achakshurandasya yathagraniकृतस्
चक्षुरन्धस्य यथा ग्रनीकृतः
तथा जनस्य विदुषो बुधो गुरु
तथा जनस्य विदुषो बुधो गुरुः
मर्कदृक् सर्वदृशं समीक्षणो
समर्पदृक् सर्वदृशां समीक्षणो
वृतो गुरुर्न स्वगतिं बुभुत्सताम्
ऋतो गुरुर्न स्वगतिं बुभुत्सताम्.
As a blind man being unable to see accepts another blind man as his leader. People who do not know the goal of life accept someone as a guru who's a rascal and a fool. But we are interested in self-realization. Therefore, we accept you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as our spiritual master. For you are able to see in all directions and are omniscient like this sun. So it is true, we see it often and we see it, and it makes us sometimes angry. The people take shelter of other people who don't know the goal of life.
What happens is the other people are also using Krishna Leela to direct commoners towards them so that they can fund their projects.
Yeah, whatever it is. But the point is, they are fools. Prabhupada is saying it's, from our point of view, we see that and we feel sad sometimes, or we get angry sometimes. But you cannot really do much except we preach as much as we can, go around books as much as you can, like that. So Prabhupada says,
books is one thing, but even after, you have been preaching to us for so many years, right? It takes time.
It does, because Karanam Guna Sangasya, Sarasat Janmasya. Your association is what's causing you to lack. The determination is built up through good association. To make choices beneficial to your spiritual life is made through fantastic good association. But because we don't sustain it, once in a while when senior devotees come, we try to, but then without that association we cannot sustain it, and then it just sinks to the bottom of the ocean. And then again, when they come, they pull the anchor up, and then again you don't hold it long enough. You drop the anchor and you sink again. Right? So it is like that. Yes.
Prabhu, I haven't heard in Prabhupada's lecture where he says that as you eat food, it nourishes you every day.
Yes.
So whatever spiritual necessity you are getting, it's nourishing. You cannot feel it, but it's nourishing.
It is. That is a fact, but it's the process is slowed by us. It's like elephant syndrome. No? Taking bath, and then even though you had some benefit, you throw some mud.
Yeah.
So most of us are doing that, and therefore we don't seem to get we are making advancement, but we're not making it very fast. We are making it almost horizontal a little bit. Instead of flying at 45 degrees, we are flying at 1 degree. So it takes a longer time, that's all.
On a tangent.
Yeah. Attention. Yeah, okay. Some of us are on tangents here. Horizontal. Parallel.
Plateau.
So we plateau our devotional life here. So Prabhupada says, it's important to understand, sometimes a foolish person accepts someone as a guru because he can manufacture a small quantity of gold by mystic yogic power. And the reason is, Prabhupada gives in the next sentence, because such a disciple has a poor fund of knowledge, he cannot judge whether the manufacture of gold is a criterion for a guru. It's a very good statement, So when we preach, we should ask them, what is your criteria for a guru? Right? You shouldn't just say, oh, he's doing this. Then they also say, yeah, he's doing it, he's good. Then you say, what is the criteria? Is he going to take you back to God, or is he going to give you gold?
Take you.
Right? What is it you are saying that he is guru? What is the reason you're saying he's guru? How do you know? What is the criteria that you know you're going to go back to God here? And the next sentence is even more, Fantastic. Because why should one not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, from whom unlimited numbers of gold mines come into being? Right? So this guy's only give little goal, and then people get excited. So that's the reason why we should read Prabhupada's book. It builds our intelligence very nicely. And then we can, help others to understand that they are making bad choices. Not a good, or you can say you're not making a good choice. If you say bad choice, they may not like it. So you can say you can make a reasonably good choice instead of calling them a fool. They don't like to hear the word foolish. So you have to say it in such a way that you butter, jam, so it tastes good. So then, towards the end, Prabhupada says, therefore, it is the Guru's business to instruct his disciple to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead if he wants relief from the material clutches. Right? Not just have some pleasure and so on. Not a temporary thing. We don't want that. Permanent relief from material clutch. This is a symptom of the Guru. He's helping you come out of the material lifestyle. The same principle was instructed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Yara Deka Tarekaha Krishna Upadesh. So, in other words, one is advised not to accept a guru who does not follow the path of instruction given by Lord Krishna. So that's a strong statement there. So whenever you want to hear someone, some people say, oh, they're so good, find out if the person has a guru parampara. And even if they have, you have to find out what are they teaching. Then at least then you know, okay, he's saying how to go back to Godhead. Okay, then reasonable, we can listen. Otherwise, don't bother, no? Don't waste your time. Text 51. Jano janasya dishate shatim gatim
Jano janasya dishate satim gatim
Yaya prapadyeta duratyayam tama
Yaya prapadyeta duratayam tamaham
Tu avyayam jnanam amogam anjasa Prapadyate yena jano nijam padam. The materialistic so-called guru instructs his materialistic disciples about economic development and sense gratification. Because of such instructions, the foolish disciples continue in the materialistic existence of ignorance. But your Lordship gives knowledge that is eternal, and the intelligent person receiving such knowledge is quickly situated in his original constitutional position. So, if you only have instructions for opulence and material things, then you cannot develop Krishna consciousness. Bhoga Ishwarya Sashakranam Daya Parita Chaitasam. Cannot happen. Not possible. You cannot focus on devotional life. Because you will be enamored so much. Intelligence will be pulled away. And then you have so many things to do to achieve the material. Bahusaka Anantasya. So many desires come from that materialistic lifestyle. So samadhavana vidyate. You cannot have that focus, fixedness, the peacefulness to pursue Krishna consciousness. So, yes, Prabhu.
So if you read Sanskrit, so it is written Jana, it is in right Guru. So actually, in previous verse also it is, I don't know, previous verse. But in this specific verse, it is written as a Jana.
Yeah.
So which is not meant by Guru.
You have to see from the beginning verses, he prays as Guru, Guru. So it's based on that principle, this whole theme is brought.
Because why I'm saying that, because it sounds sometimes like that we should not have Guru and we should directly worship Krishna.
Yeah.
But here it means like Jana, you should not listen to general public.
Because he already
listen to.
You have to see the context. Satyavrata already explained that among all the gurus, he is the best of gurus. So when you worship him, he's saying, I'm worshipping
So
The original
in case of
guru.
Satyavrata also it is little confusing that Satyavrata also didn't have a spiritual master and he is
And
directly
he's
worshipped.
like Arjuna, special case. We are not,
direct
yeah,
supreme.
direct. He's directly his guru. Yeah.
Just to Prabhu's note, I just want to comment that if you see the whole sentence is Janaha Janasya, meaning for the ordinary person Janasya, who is his Jana?
Jana,
Janasya is the
So,
ordinary
yeah,
person. And
it's in
Jana
Jana is not
Sanskrit.
public.
is his master. Mahajana is great master.
Oh,
So in that context, Jana is guru of the ordinary person Janasya.
Janasya. So if you know Sanskrit, like he knows,
I don't know. Prabhu, sorry.
Okay, so that's good. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, that's something to know. Huh? Yeah, so sometimes it helps if you understand English. So I see through context and theme. So it's easy for me to accept. I don't look in the Sanskrit words, word to word, because I find a lot of
No,
people.
because I was looking for that word.
I understand.
What is so-called guru?
I
So-called guru
understand.
is no Sanskrit word.
This is what I've seen over the last 35 years. Devotees who are very much into Sanskrit, they pick these words, they lose the context. And then they find faults with the translation of Srila Prabhupada. And then immediately they will give up following Prabhupada. And I've seen that personally. One devotee, he read Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam. So he said Patram is leaf, Pushpam flower, Palam Toyam water. So he said you only should take this four.
Yeah, literal.
Literally he said that. And then he was only eating. Then one day we went to, because he never come to the temple, so we went to see what's happening. So he had an offering. So he had all this thing offered, Then we say, you're not eating milk or anything. He said, no. Then we said, what is this? It was, where's the flower? He said, cauliflower. So we can see how they change, But yeah, he was going after the Sanskrit word. And the tendency is that we will find fault in our chart. Because a lot of the purports and the translation Prabhupada uses is based on the acharyas, a lot of them, not just one or two, Jiva Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti Swami, and then Veera Raghava.
But like when we try to preach somebody else, like colleague or somebody, and they come across this, and this is also a common philosophy outside, right? Like not to have.
I understand that, but
So they kind of get misled and.
yeah. So
We
in
should
that,
have
when you get that situation, then you say, all right, I'll get back to you. Then you can always go and ask a Sanskriti, devotee Sanskrit. Yeah. Then they will give you the right answer. Like Prabhu understands to some extent, he can give you the answer. I can't. Yeah. But for me, I'm not worried at all. Because there's so many things we can talk about. Why you worry about this one or two things that Krishna is saying? Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So therefore I don't worry so much. I'm not worried. If I don't know Sanskrit, that's fine. In fact, when Ridananda Maharaj wanted to learn Sanskrit, he told Prabhupada, I want to learn Sanskrit. Prabhupada said, why do you want to go to school to learn Sanskrit? Just read my books. It's enough. And then many years later, he went back to university to get his PhD in Sanskrit.
Who was that? Haridananda.
And he says that. So just reading that, he became a Sanskrit scholar. So anyway, pardon? Yeah, I'm just looking at the purport. I wanted to say something. I want to know where I stopped. So some gurus, Prabhupada writes, advises that one meditate in such a way that his intelligence will increase in regard to keeping his body fit for sense gratification.
Who's that? Who's this? This is Vivekananda, right?
Yeah,
And the other one is Rajneesh, I think, second one.
all of them. Everything is there.
Most of them are.
Yeah, all of them are there. Another guru, yeah, because they're all doing it for material profit, right? Rajneesh, how many work,
18
Rolls Royce, yeah.
2 or 3 helicopters.
That's right. So the Prabhupada writes there for the sake of material profit. And then another guru advises that sex is the ultimate goal of
Rajneesh.
This is
Rajneesh. Yeah. And that one should therefore engage in sex to the best of his ability. I mean, this is all ridiculous, right? First thing in any, without even talking about all this, in any tradition of yoga and all, you have to curb all the senses.
That's the first thing to do.
Yeah, so this guy is saying you do it best, then something is wrong. Any scripture you read will say, no, you should curb your lusty desires like that. So Prabhupada says these are the instructions of foolish gurus. In other words, because of the instructions of foolish guru, one remains perpetually in material existence and suffers its tribulation. So this is the very dangerous thing. You will be stuck here. So Prabhupada's point is don't get stuck in here and suffer for don't know how many lifetimes. Don't do that. Try to understand what our goal is. Then we can understand who Krishna is. Then we'll know Krishna lives in spiritual world. I am stuck in this material world. Now I have to get out. So therefore Prabhupada says the Lord lives in the spiritual world in his original personality, and a devotee who follows the instructions of the Lord approaches him. Mamiti. Mamiti, so Arjuna. As a spiritual person, such a devotee returns to the personality of Godhead and plays and dances with him. This is from where? Brahma Samhita, right? Every step is a dance. So that is the ultimate goal of life. And it's true. Look at all the cowherd boys, that's all they do. They play. And then the cowherd girls, they dance with him also. Play and dance. That's the ultimate goal of life, man. Eternally just have a wonderful time. No need to pay rent. Right? No need to worry about any bills. Just play with Krishna.
No loans.
No loans, no need to work.
Unlimited mangoes.
Unlimited mangoes. And you can eat and have no diarrhea also. Text 52. Samsarvalokasya suripriyeshwaro Yatma guru yanam abhishta siddhi Tatapi loko na bhavantum andadir Janati santa ridhi baddha kamaha Translation, my Lord, you are the supreme well-wishing friend of everyone. The dearmost friend, the controller, the super soul, the supreme instructor, and the giver of supreme knowledge and the fulfillment of all desires. But although you are within the heart, the foolish, because of lusty desires in the heart, cannot understand you. So in the purport, Prabhupada says, here are the reasons for foolishness. Right? The conditioned soul in this material world is full of materialistic, lusty desires. That means everything he wants to accumulate a lot. Everything. Whatever he can get his hand, he wants the best. He wants this, he wants that. Cannot satisfy, I have a house. No, I need to buy 3 houses. No, not enough. 4 houses. Maybe 5. I want to buy an island. Yeah, it's true. I want 2 cars. Not enough. 3 cars. Not enough. So these are all lusty desires. I want to marry. Why the law is only 1 woman I marry? Why not 2? Why not 3? They think like that. So I want to become a Muslim so I can get 4 wives. Like that. So they think, some of them think like that. Don't think they don't. People are like this. It is because of this foolishness that one cannot take instructions from the Lord. Now you see, you cannot accept the instruction because you have your own agenda. You want to fulfill your own materialistic desires. So therefore it's not possible to take instructions from the Lord or through his disciples or through the acharyas. Dadami buddhi yogantam. The Lord is in the heart telling us, come back. And we are like, no, don't disturb me. I have something to do first. Right? Just like that pastime Tukaram and his wife.
Yeah.
Come now, let's go. And she's like, no, I got things to do.
And on the top of that, she says, like, you go and come back, I will make some food for you.
No, for you. Yeah.
You roam around, and once you're satisfied, then come back.
That's amazing, right? Then when he's going, she then runs out. Oh, my Swami, too late. So we should take up seriously the devotional practice Srila Prabhupada has given us. Think carefully, ask yourself how long you want to hang around here. Ask yourself how long you want, how many lifetimes you think you want to stick around for. Prabhupada's point was not even another lifetime. So I'm asking you how long you think you want to stay. Have you not gone through difficulties already?
Too many.
Too many, right? So why stick around?
Just don't know how to give up.
So only through devotional service. And then the devotees, the acharya, they can teach us how to go back and we can have eternal happiness, not temporary happiness, not even the Brahma Jyoti happiness, eternal happiness. Text 53. Tvam tvam aham deva varam varenyam Bhavantya isham pratibodhanaya Sindhyartha dipaya bhagavan vachobhir Hridayan vivrinu swamoka O Supreme Lord, for self-realization, I surrender unto you who are worshipped by the demigods as the supreme controller of everything. By your instructions exposing life's purpose, kindly cut the knot from the core of my heart and let me know the destination of my life. This is what even if you remember reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sanatana Goswami says that. People say, I am so learned, right? I know everything. But actually, I don't know what is this or what is that. I don't even know what the goal of life is. They say, kindly tell me so that I can do the right thing. So similarly, he says, kindly cut the knot from the core of my heart because I am chasing wrong things. And let me know the destination of my life. So, Prabhupada says, the Supreme Lord has given full directions in Bhagavad Gita about how to deal with everything in this material world and how to return home back to Godhead. Now, the more you read the Bhagavad Gita, the more you will see the lotus unfold. You will really know how to appreciate your life in the context of being a devotee. So you have to keep reading all this, oftentimes asking questions if you are in doubt. Therefore, one should not be misled by so-called gurus who are rascals and fools, because this happens too often. Rather, one should directly see the personality of Godhead as a guru or instructor. It is difficult, however, to understand Bhagavad Gita without the help of the guru. Therefore, the guru appears in the parampara system. So these are important points. When we talk to people, preach to people, we have to give them this understanding. That it's not easy to understand on our own. We tend to conflate things and make things our own, buddhi. I think we know the answer. No. Sometimes you don't have any source. You think this may be the reason, but later on you will, because you're sincere, Krishna will reveal the answer. And you say, so that's what it is. I thought it was like that. So it is like that sometimes. So the whole point is we should follow in the footsteps like Arjuna, who's a personal devotee of Lord, who one should accept the supremacy of Lord Krishna as supported by Vyasa, Devala, Sita, Narada. This is actually from Bhagavad Gita. And later by the Acharyas, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka, and Vishnu Swami, and still later by the greatest Acharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where then is the difficulty in finding a guru? If one is sincere, you can find the guru and learn everything. One should take lessons from the guru and find out the goal of life. It's a fact, People who want to be cheated will be cheated. If you really want to go back to Godhead, you will not be satisfied with a materialistic guru. You cannot be satisfied. Not possible. So we have to understand this principle. So when we preach to people, we should nicely tell them, what is it that you want? Material thing or spiritual? Matter is temporary, spirit is permanent. What is it that you want?
Actually, one of my students said this, and it's really funny. He said, I'm coming and learning all these spiritual things from you, but I need a material master who can guide me through the material complexities of it.
No, that's a foolish statement because a spiritual master can guide you through material life, but a material guru cannot teach you spiritual life. He's misguided. That's his mind telling him. So tell him stop following his mind first. Just tell him your mind is
It's
your
really
enemy.
interesting as we preach.
Yeah.
So many interesting characters.
Oh, yeah. All kind of philosophies that we never heard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are confused also. Sometimes they will confuse you and you're like, what?
I never thought like that.
Yeah. Exactly. You never think like that. They talk like that. Then, my God, how is that possible a Jivatma can think like that?
Once Madhachandra was showing me papers of his students. Test papers.
Yes, yeah.
He said, I'm
Concoction.
getting a headache reading these answers.
So now you know how it feels to correct it.
Same headache.
But you have to be compassionate. So you correct and tell them what and give them the marks so that they can continue with their service, Like that. Text 54. All right, we'll stop here. How many more verses?
5 more verses.
Oh, then let's.
7 more verses.
Okay, we'll finish. Text 54.
So we're finishing
Shri Shuka Vacha
Shri Shuka Vacha
Iti Uttavantam Nirpatim Bhagavanadi Purushaha Vatsyarupi Mahambodau Haram Sattvam Abbravi. Sukadeva Goswami continued, when Satyavrata had thus prayed to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of a fish, the Lord, while moving in the water of inundation, explained to him the absolute truth. So at the same time, he's telling him through the heart. Text 55. Purana Samhitam Divyam Sankhya Yoga Kriyavatim Satyavratasya Rajarishe Atmaguhyam Aseshataha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead thus explained to King Satyavrata the spiritual science known as Sankhya Yoga, the science by which one distinguishes between matter and spirit. In other words, Bhakti Yoga. Along with the instructions contained in the Puranas, the old histories, and the Samhitas, the Lord explained himself in all these literatures. So a lot of information he is giving. Text 56. Ashroshid Rishibhi Sakam Atmatattvam Asamsayam Navi Asino Bhagavata Proktam Brahma Sanatanam. So now we can understand why he becomes the next Manu. He's getting so much information by the Lord, personally training him so that he can guide the next generation of creation. Wow.
Manus are serious people.
Yeah, Manu must know all these things, otherwise they can't be Manu. Text 56. Ashrashi Rishibhi Sakam. Did we go through that?
Translation.
Okay. While sitting in the boat, King Satyavrata, accompanied by the great saintly persons, listened to the instructions of the Supreme Personality of God in regard to self-realization. These instructions were all from the eternal Vedic literature Brahma. Thus, the king and sages had no doubt about the absolute truth. So not only the king is listening, even the sages, the Brahmanas, they are getting the information. The king is being taught personally and the sages are listening also. Just like
Arjuna and us.
And
Pariksha, yeah.
and all the others sitting and Sutta Goswami and Saunaka Rishi and
It's associated.
Uddhava.
Uddhava and Lord Krishna.
And who's listening? Maitreya
Maitreya Rishi
Rishi.
is listening, yes.
That canto. Yeah, that's amazing, no? Okay. Text 57. Atita pralayapaya.
Atita pralayapaya.
Uttitaya savedase.
Uttitaya savedase.
Atva suram hayagrivam.
Atva suram hayagrivam.
Vedan pratyaharadari.
Vedan pratyaharadari.
The end of the last inundation during the period of Swayambhuva Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, killed the demon named Hayagriva and delivered all the Vedic literatures to Lord Brahma when Lord Brahma awakened from sleeping. So this is the second time he's mentioning this. Text 58. Satu Satyavrato Raja
Satu Satyavrato Raja.
Jnana Vijnana Samyutaha
Jnana Vijnana Samyutaha.
Vishnu Prasadat Kalpesmin
Vishnu Prasadat Kalpesmin.
Asit Vaivasvato Manu.
Asit Vaivasvato Manu.
King Satyavrata was illuminated with all Vedic knowledge by the mercy of Lord Vishnu, and in this period he has now taken birth as Vaivasvata Manu, the son of the sun god. Okay, so he's a Mahajan also. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives his verdict that Satyavrata appeared in the Chakshusha Manvantara. When the Chakshusha Manvantara ended, the period of Vaivasvata Manu began. By the grace of Lord Vishnu, Satyavrata received instructions from the second fish incarnation and was thus enlightened in all spiritual knowledge. Huh?
He's also known as Shraddhadev, right?
Shraddhadev, yes.
And Satyavrata is the original name.
Yeah, in the previous life. Then this life is Shraddhadev,
and Vaivasvata.
and then he becomes Vaivasvata. When he takes the post, he is known as Vaivasvata. Yeah, I think it's a title like that. Text 59. Satyavratasya Rajarishi
Satyavratasya Rajarishi
Maya Matsyasya Sarginaha
Maya Matyasya Sarginaha
Samvadam Mahat Akyanam
Samvadam Mahalakhyanam
Sutva Muchyeta Kilbisha.
Sutva Muchyeta Kilbisha.
This story concerning the great king Satyavrata and the fish incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is a great transcendental narration. Anyone who hears it is delivered from the reactions of sinful life. So all of you are delivered. But I'm not that qualified to deliver. Text 60. Avataram Hareyo Yam
Avataram Hareyo Yam
Kitayet Anvaham Naraha
Kitayet Anvaham Naraha
Sankalpastasya Siddhyanti
Sankalpastasya Siddhyanti
Sayati Paramam Gatim.
Sayati Paramam Gatim.
One who narrates this description of the Matsya incarnation and King Satyavrata will certainly have all his ambitions fulfilled, and he will undoubtedly return home back to Godhead. So we will all go back. Same word, yeah. Just like I'm hearing from you, you're hearing from me. Text 61. Pralaya payasi datu supta sakte mukebhya Jyoti ganam apanitam pratipadatta hatva Diti jamakatayadyo brahma satyapratanam Tam haham akila hetu jimaminam natosmi. Translation. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead who pretended to be a gigantic fish. Pretended. Because he is not really a fish. That's why. Who restored the Vedic literature to Lord Brahma when Lord Brahma awakened from sleep, and who explained the essence of Vedic literature to King Satyavrata and the great saintly persons. Prabhupada gives a summary. Here is a summary of Satyavrata's meeting with the fish incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu's purpose was to take back all the Vedic literatures from the demon Hayagriva and restore them to Lord Brahma. Incidentally, by his causeless mercy, the Lord spoke with Satyavrata. The word Satyavratanam is significant because it indicates that those on the level of Satyavrata can take knowledge from the Vedas delivered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whatever is spoken by the Supreme Lord is accepted as Veda. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Vedanta Krit Veda Ved. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the compiler of all Vedic knowledge, and he knows the purport of the Vedas. Therefore, anyone who takes knowledge from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, or from Bhagavad Gita as it is, knows the purpose of the Vedas. Vedaischa sarve aham eva vedaya. One cannot understand Vedic knowledge from the Veda Vada Rathas, who read the Vedas and misconstrue their subject matter. One has to know the Vedas from the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his followers. Right? So we take from Guru Parampara. That's how we understand. So we try our best, try to understand. We may not be able to understand everything the first time, but continuous hearing and chanting, we will know more and more. I personally, for myself also, first time I read up to 4th canto, then it was too technical. Narada Muni goes through too many things. I stopped. Then after many years later, I didn't go back. I mean, I read the Bhagavatam, but I didn't go back to continue. Like 3-4 years later, then I went back after serving, and so many things made sense to me. Yeah. And so over the years, as I read, more and more things sense. And also you hear devotees, new realization, oh wow, I didn't think like that. So it is important for all of us to continue this thing. Don't abandon the book on the altar, on the shelf to collect dust. Okay. So you don't think only the deity is just the deity on the altar. This is also a deity, Bhagavatam also. So take it and then have an association with the Lord through the Bhagavad media like that. No, read, don't worry. When your kid is sleeping, you can read during that time, not in the fashion that disturbs the sleep, but read in the fashion that they can sleep and listen at the same time. It helps them a lot. Right? And for yourself also. And then if you find, like there are some devotees who also read the Bhagavatam in your own gurus, sometimes they read some pastimes, play them, listen to them, sleep. There is Prabhupada's reading of the Krishna book. You can listen to that also. Huh? Yeah. I don't know, the recording is not that great, but I'm not sure with this new Prabhu is telling, maybe they have cleaned it up.
Yeah,
Krishna book which patient says?
I have not listened to that.
There only Bhagavad Gita,
Okay.
Bhagavatam,
The Krishna book narration has to be in the.
There should be, no? They say it's everything, right?
I think it's checked.
Yeah, anyway, do that and then we will all get a lot more enthusiastic. You will find that if you lack enthusiasm, look for people who have the enthusiasm. Associate with them.
Infectious.
And then you will get the enthusiasm. Otherwise, you will never get out from your routine, or you're like grounded into certain kind of anchors. Yes, thank you. You cannot pull yourself because you don't want to pull it. So you need the help of devotees. So association is very important. Pick and choose your association for spiritual life. Don't pick and choose for your business deals. Right? Okay, so that's end the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the 8th canto, 24th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Matsya, the Lord's Fish Incarnation. Then Prabhupada writes very nicely, this commentation has been finished in our New Delhi center today, the 1st of September 1976. This is 1 year before he leaves his body. And this is the day of Radhastami, by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the Acharya. Srila Narottam Das Thakur says, Tandera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sane Vasa Janame Janame Hoy Deya. So again he says the same thing. Good association. I'm attempting to present Srimad Bhagavatam in the English language by the order of my spiritual master, Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and by his grace, The work of translation is gradually progressing, and the European and American devotees have joined the Krishna consciousness movement and helping me considerably. Thus, we have expectations of finishing the great task before my passing
He's
away. He already knows.
he completed quite a bit from
Yeah,
there
yeah,
until
yeah.
1 year, right?
Two more
Up
Middle
to
of
the
10th canto.
10th canto is
10th
so
canto,
big.
14th
14th
chapter.
All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga.
Jai.
So, I think you should also celebrate every Radhastami this
This
accomplishment.
completion of the second.
Right?
Yes.
Talk about it a little bit. It's so nice to know that he did it on Radhastami. 8 canto.
Dear to Radharani.
Yeah. Very dear. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Okay, Sankirtan warriors, please pack and then we'll eat in the van. We are already late. Oh.